the first lesson for number theory. So let's discuss properties of integer. So when we say set of integers, denoted by this symbol, so this is equal to the set containing dot 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 negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So yan yung mga laman ng set of integers. Okay? Now, ang symbol natin kapag set of negative integers ay ito. So, set of negative integers, so this is the set containing negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and so on. And then we have set of positive integers. So we have 1, 2, 3, and so on. So this is the same as the set of natural numbers. Okay? And then, um, for whole numbers, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So that includes 0. So meaning, set of integers is equal to um, set of negative integers. Set of negative integers union set of positive integers union the set containing 0. Okay? So let's have the properties of integers. So number one, we have closure property, or let's call it closure law. Okay, so ibig sabihin yan, if we have two integers, a, b, so we have a plus b is element of z, so yung addition, yung set of integer is closed under addition, and ab is element of z. Okay? Or set of integers is closed under multiplication. However, z is not closed under division. Ibig sabihin, hindi lahat ng kinukuha natin, any two integers, ang lumalabas ay integer din. So for example, if we have a equals 2, b equals 3, so a over b is not integer because a over b is 2/3. Okay? Now, let's have commutative law. Commutative law. So, sa commutative law, if we have a b element of z, a plus b is equal to b plus a, and then ab is equal to b. Okay? So, multiplication and addition is commutative. So, next, sa associative law naman, if we have two, or let's say three integers, a, b, c, any three integers, we have a plus b plus c equals a plus b plus c. Okay? And then, same with multiplication, we have a times bc equals ab times c. So next, distributive law. So distributive. So if we have three integers a, b, c, okay, so a plus b times c is equal to ac plus bc. Okay, so pwede mo siya i-distribute, or this is known as the right hand distributive. Kasi yung pinang-distribute natin nasa right side, and then we have a times b plus c equals ab plus ac. So this is known as the left hand distributive. Okay? So next, identity. Number 5, we have identity law. Okay, so under identity law, kung meron daw tayong A element of Z, okay, and then this A, any integer, pag inad mo sa 0, that is still that integer. So dito, yung Z is the identity element. Identity element for addition. So meron din para sa multiplication. Okay? So sa multiplication, we have 1. Okay? So pag minultiply mo any integer sa 1, so yung integer pa rin na yun yung lalabas. So 1 is the identity element for multiplication. Multiplication. Okay, next. Let's have inverse law. So I think na-encounter naman na to sa algebra pa lang. So if we have a element of z, okay, so may mag-exist na negative a and 1 over a such that sa addition we have negative a, so a plus negative a equals 0. So meaning, pag yung isang integer, inad mo sa negative niya, okay, ang lalabas ay yung identity element, which is 0. Okay, so dito yung negative a is called an additive inverse. Additive inverse of a. And then yung sa multiplication naman, yung a, kapag minultiply mo sa 1 over a, ang lalabas ay 1. Okay, provided na hindi 0 yung a. So dito, kasi pag nag-0, undefined yung 1 over a. Now, so dito, yung 1 over a is called a multiplicative inverse of a. Okay? So, sa identity law, ang purpose niyan, yung mga ina-add or minumultiply mo, ang lumalabas ay yung sarili niya. Sa inverse law naman, ito yung nag-a-add ka, nag-multiply ka, tapos ang lumalabas yung identity element. Okay? So, next, number 7. Okay? So, dito, sa 7, for our 7th property, if we have integer a, element of z, yung a and a plus 1 are consecutive integers. So, medyo obvious na siya. So, consecutive integer. So, meaning, kapag nagkaroon tayo ng problem, no? So, list down 3 consecutive integers. We need consecutive integers. So, mag-a-add lang tayo, no? A plus 1, a plus 2, a plus 3, and so on. Okay. So, doon natin magagamit yung idea na to. And then, another thing, so, wala tayong makikitang integer. So, there does not exist x element of z such that a less than x less than a plus 1. So, ano ibig sabihin yan? Ibig sabihin yan, wala kang makikitang integer sa pagitan ni a tsaka a plus 1. Kung yung a tsaka a plus 1, consecutive integers na sila, so wala na integer sa gitna nila. Okay? So, next, let's have number 8. So, let's call it zero factor property. So, zero factor property. So, sa zero factor property, I think aware na tayo dito. If we have AB equals 0, so this implies A equals 0 or B equals 0. Okay? So, ibig sabihin yan, pag yung dalawang integers, minultiply mo sila, lumabas 0. So, isa sa kanila, automatic ay 0. Okay? Or pwedeng pareho sila 0. So, basta may isang 0 doon. At least one na 0 doon. Okay? So, usually, saan natin na-apply to? Sa algebra, na-apply natin to sa quadratic equation. So, for example, if we have, let's say, x squared plus 2x minus 3 equals 0. So, hanapin natin yung x, no? To find x. So, dito, if-factor muna natin siya. So, we have x plus 3 and then x minus 1 equals 0, no? So, ito yung factor niya. And then, using zero factor property, kung ito, yung product nito, ay equal sa 0, then isa sa kanila 0. So, ang ginagawa natin dito ay ini-equate natin both sa 0 para makuha natin yung value ng x. X minus 1 minus 1 equals 0. Kasi hinahanap natin ano yung value na x na kung saan masasatisfy yung equation na to, magzi-zero yung equation. So, ang sagot dito, x equals negative 3. So, kung yung x natin ay negative 3, magzi-zero to. Okay? Tapos, x equals 1. So, kung 1 naman yung x natin, magzi-zero to. So, dun natin na-apply yung zero factor property. And there are other applications for the zero factor property, especially sa proving. No? Okay, so next, number 9, if we have a element of 0, for any integer a is less than a plus 1, and a minus 1 is less than a. Okay, so dito mukha siyang obvious. Pero, kung maglilista tayo ng mga kasunod ni A, so ang kasunod niya A plus 1, and then A plus 2, and so on. And then, yung mga mababa sa A, so maglilista tayo A minus 1, and then A minus 2, and so on. Okay? So, magiging useful din to siguro sa application sa mga susunod na discussion under computing. Okay, so next, we have subtraction law. Number 10, subtraction law. So if we have a plus x equals b, so that implies x equals b minus a. So dito, ma-apply din natin to in the future. Okay, so para lang tayo nag-transpose, no? Okay. So next, number 11. So kapag yung a natin ay integer, at yung a ay greater than 0, so ibig sabihin ito, positive integer. Okay? Pag yung a naman ay less than 0, this is negative integer. Okay, so parang common sense lang to, but at least magagamit natin yung mga notation na to sa mga proof. So number 12, let's have the representation of an integer n using base 10. So pag i-represent natin using base 10 yung integer n, so pwede natin siya i-expand as 10 raised to n a sub n plus plus 10 raised to 3 a sub 3 plus 10 raised to 2 a sub 2 plus 10a plus a sub 0, a sub 1 and then a sub 0. So provided or where a sub n up to a sub 0 must be integer. Okay? So example, if we have 7,538, so this is an integer, so pwede natin siya i-expand. So 10 raised to uh, this is 10 raised to 3. So kung mapapansin nyo sa expansion magsisimula tayo sa walang multiple of 10. Okay, kaya kung apat to, 4 digits, ang highest natin ay 3. Okay, 10 raised to 3 times 7 plus 10 raised to 2 times 5 plus 10 raised to 1 times 3 plus 8. Okay, so napapansin. So ito ay 7,000, ito ay 500, and this is 30, and then this is 8. Okay, so next, number 13, we have the absolute value. Okay, so absolute value. So if we have x, so absolute value of x is x if x is greater than or equal to 0, so meaning absolute value of 0 is still 0, and then negative x if x is less than 0. Okay, so example, absolute value ng 3, this is positive, so this is just equal to 3. Absolute value of negative 5, this is negative, so this is negative x. So meaning negative of negative 5. And that is positive 5. Okay, and then absolute value of 0 is still 0. Okay, so next, let's have some properties of absolute value. Some rules on absolute value na pwede natin magamit. So magbibigay ako ng example nito mamaya sa absolute value. Okay, so we have letter A, absolute value of A plus B. So this is less than or equal to absolute value of A plus absolute value of B. Next, absolute value of AB, this is equal to absolute value of A times absolute value of B. Okay. C, absolute value of A over B, this is equal to absolute value of A over absolute value of B, provided that B must not be equal to 0. And then the last one, absolute value of A minus B, this is greater than or equal to absolute value of A minus absolute value of B. Okay? So you can memorize this kasi baka magamit natin to sa mga proof sa mga susunod na discussion. Okay, so next, number 15. Paano natin i-represent yung even integer? So pag even integer, pwede natin siyang i-represent as 2k provided that k is any integer or some integer. Okay. So next, kapag naman add integer, nire-represent natin siya either 2k minus 1 or 2k plus 1. So depende sa sitwasyon. Okay? Provided that k is an integer. Okay? So next. So let's try, let's have theorem 1. So theorem 1. So this will be our first theorem. So for theorem 1, if we have a greater than 0, or let's say let a be greater than 0, then absolute value of B less than A, or absolute value of B is less than A if and only if negative A less than B less than A. Okay, so eto napaka-useful nito. So kapag may nakita tayo absolute value less than a number, so pwede nating palitan ng ganito. And then pwede nating ibalik sa ganyan. Okay, so let's try to prove this. Okay, so dalawang direction. So una, papakita natin i-assume natin tong absolute value of B less than A, and then let's show negative A less than B less than A. And then pangalawang case, i-assume naman natin to, prove naman natin yung isa. So let's have our proof. So for our proof, so doon muna tayo sa i-assume na muna natin, let A greater than 0, ito yung unang assumption, and absolute value of B is less than A. So, kailangan nating ipakita, so we have to show that negative A less than B less than A. Okay? Now, kung yung kung yung absolute value of B is always positive, by definition, no, this is very obvious that B is less than or equal to absolute value of B. Tama? Kasi B can be negative, B can be positive. So kung positive siya, they are equal. Kung negative siya, mas mababa si B. Okay? Tama? Okay. If we have, or since B is less than or equal to the absolute value of B, and we have absolute value of B is less than A, it follows that B is less than A. Okay, so mas mababa si B kaysa kay absolute value of B. Si absolute value of B ay less than A. So, this is very obvious that this B, mag-equal man siya sa absolute value or mas maging mababa man siya sa absolute value, we are sure that this is less than A. Now, so given also the fact that B is greater than or equal to negative absolute value of B. So this time, mas malaki na si B. Bakit? Kasi itong absolute value of B is always positive. Minultiply mo sa negative, so we are sure that this is always negative. Yung negative absolute value of B. Kaya, yung B, pag naging negative yan, equal sila. Pag positive yan, mas malaki na si B. Okay? If we multiply the inequality absolute value of B from our assumption less than A by negative 1, we will obtain let's multiply negative absolute value of B greater than, so syempre pag minultiply natin to ng negative, magbabago yung direction ng ating inequality. So magiging greater, from less than, magiging greater than. Greater than negative A. Okay? And as you can see, B is greater than or equal to negative absolute value of B, and then negative absolute value of B is greater than negative A. So this shows that, wait, this shows that B is greater than negative A. Okay? So kanina, pinakita natin B is less than A. And then we have B is greater than negative A. So, therefore, we have negative A less than B less than A. Okay? Now, so ito naman ang issue natin. So, yung converse naman yung gawin natin, i-prove natin yung converse. So, let A be greater than 0. So, ito yung pinaka-assumption. And then, let negative A less than B less than A. So, we have to show that absolute value of B is less than A. Okay. So, dito, let's have our first case. So, let's have our case 1. I-let natin yung B to be greater than or equal to 0. Because we're not sure kung ano yung B. Positive ba siya o negative. Okay, so sama na natin si 0 dito kay positive. So let's say B is a non-negative. And then for our case 2, ilalet naman natin si B na negative. So sa ganong sitwasyon, kailangan mapakita natin na sang-ayon niya to, yung premise, tapos pakita natin yung absolute value of B is less than A. So dito gagamit tayo ng definition ng absolute value. Okay, so if B is non-negative by definition of the absolute value, we have absolute value of B equals B. Kasi positive, or non-negative. Okay? Now, since B is less than A, then absolute value of B equal kay B, tapos si B less than A. So, itong absolute value of B less than A. Okay? So, next, let's have our second case. Case 2. Okay. So, dito, ilet naman natin na yung B ay less than 0. Okay? Then, by definition also of the absolute value, so the absolute value of B is equal to negative B. Okay? Now, from the assumption or from our hypothesis, negative A less than B, let's multiply by negative 1. So, ang mangyayari, kapag minultiply natin to negative 1, we will have negative 1 times negative A less than negative 1. Magiging greater than na to kasi negative yung inan natin, no? Minultiply natin sa negative. So, magiging greater than negative 1 times B. Or simply, this is positive A greater than negative B. Okay? Now, As you can see, yung A ay greater than negative B. Eh, yung negative B natin ay equal sa absolute value of B. So, ibig sabihin, this shows that A is greater than the absolute value of B, or absolute value of B is less than A. Okay? So, in any case, whether non-negative or negative yung ating B, from our assumption, so napakita natin na yung absolute value of B is less than A. So, therefore, so clear tayo dito sa biconditional ng theorem 1. So, this is now done. Okay? So, next, let's have our theorem 2. So, for the second theorem, so I think hindi ko na siya kailangan i-prove. Okay. So, for theorem 2, exercise na lang yung proof nito. So, let B be greater than or equal to 0, then yung absolute value of B greater than A, absolute value of B is greater than A if and only if B is greater than A or B is less than negative A. Okay. So, iba to sa theorem 1, no? So, dito naman nasa loob sa theorem 1. So, itong nasa theorem 2 ay nasa labas. Okay? So, I think this will be left as an exercise. Okay. So, let's have now our example for the absolute value. So, gagamitin na natin to, yung theorem 1 tsaka theorem 2. Okay, so for our example, and then also yung property ng absolute value and definition. No? So, let's try to solve. Solve for x. So, number 1, absolute value of x minus 3 equals 7. So, paano natin makukuha yung value ng x if this equation involves absolute value? So, syempre, gagamitin na natin yung definition. Okay? So, from the definition, so if yung x minus 3 is greater than or equal to 0, then we have x minus 3 equals 7. Okay? So, wala na tayong babaguhin dyan. So, yung absolute value ng x minus 3 ay equal sa x minus 3. And then, transpose lang natin. So, sa linear equation lang to, transpose natin sa right side. So, this is x equals 7 plus 3. And then, this is x equals 10. Okay. So, how about if x minus 3 is negative or less than 0? So, this time, magkakaroon na tayo ng negative x minus 3 para sa absolute value. So, by definition, yung absolute value of x minus 3 ay negative x minus 3. And then, this is equal to 7. Okay? And then, let's solve for x. So, dito, magiging x minus 3 equals negative 7 by multiplying both sides by negative. And then, transpose natin to negative 3 sa right side. So, this is x equals negative 7 plus 3. And this is x equals negative 4. Okay, so dalawa yung value natin ng x dito. Yung x ay negative 4 tsaka 10. So, depende kung alin dyan. Okay, so number 2. Let's try to solve for absolute value of x minus 3 greater than 7. So, let's try to solve for the value of x. So, this is an inequality. Okay? So, dito, Gagamitin na natin yung Theorem 2. Okay, balikan natin Theorem 2. If the absolute value of a certain number is greater than A, so pwedeng B is greater than A or B is less than negative A. So when we say or sa set theory, so we're talking about union. Okay? So pag sasamahin natin yung elements. Okay. So ngayon, isosolve natin. I-assume muna natin B greater than A and then B less than negative A. So in this case, ang gagawin natin from theorem 2, so from theorem 2, we have absolute value of x minus 3 is greater than 7 if and only if x minus 3 is greater than 7 or, lagyan ko nga ng ano yung 7 para hindi nakakalito, or x minus 3 is less than negative 7. Okay. So, solve natin pareho yung inequality. So, x minus 3 is greater than 7. So, lipat lang natin tong negative 3 sa right side, magiging x greater than 10 na. Okay? And when we say x is greater than 10, we're talking about 11, 12, 13, and so on. Lahat mas mataas sa 10 na integers. And then, x minus 3 less than negative 7, lipat natin yung negative 3 sa kabila, so this is x less than negative 4. And when we say x less than negative 4, so we're talking about negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, and so on. So ano yung solution natin dito? So ang solution natin dito, we have negative, so i-dot na natin, dot, negative 7. No. Baka ma-misinterpret pala pag inano natin. No? Baka masama yung negative 4 to 10. No? So pag union natin, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, and so on. Tapos, 11, 12, 13, and so on. Okay? So, ito pababa, and then ito pataas. 11 to 13. Okay? So, next, let's have number 3. Let's try x squared is greater than negative 4. Okay. So, dito, obviously, no solution. No solution. Bakit? Yung x squared is always positive. Okay? So, hindi siya magiging, hindi. No solution. Lahat ng integers. Sagot. Because x squared is always positive. So, meaning, ang solution natin dito ay lahat ng integers. Okay, so, this is x such that x is element of z. Yan yung solution natin. Kasi x squared is always positive and kahit anong ilagay mo ditong integer, this is always greater than negative 2. Okay? By the way, pinag-uusapan natin dito ay mga integers. No? Solve for integral values of x. Okay. So, yung integral values nila ng x. So, next, number 4. let's try absolute value of x minus 3 less than 7. So, kanina, greater than 7. So, try naman natin less than 7. So, dito, gagamitin naman natin yung theorem 1. Okay? So, from theorem 1, yung absolute value ng x minus 3 is less than 7, if and only if negative 7 less than x minus 3 less than 7. Okay, so ito very useful. So kapag nakita mo to, pwede mong palitan. Pag nakita mo yung ganitong inequality, pwede mong palitan ng ganito. Okay? So para ma-solve natin yung value ng x. So ito yung gamitin natin. So negative 7 less than x minus 3 less than 7. Okay? Mag-add lang tayo both sides ng 3. So negative 7 plus 3 less than x minus 3 plus 3 less than 7 plus 3. So this is negative 4 less than x less than 10. Okay? So, ano-ano yan? Ano yung solution set natin dito? So this is negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0. 1, 2, 3, hanggang 9. 7, 8, 9. So, yan yung ating solution. Okay? So, next, let's try number 5. Absolute value of x minus 3 equals negative 7. So, this time, ito, yung kanina naka-squared, lagi siyang positive, and we're talking about greater than. Kaya, lahat yung solution, lahat ng integers. So, dito naman, absolute value of x minus 3 is negative. Eh, ang absolute value natin ay always positive. So, ito yung walang solution. Okay? Kahit anong ilagay mo dito sa x, ay hindi tayo makakapag-produce ng negative na absolute value. Okay? So, since no solution, since absolute value of x minus 3 is always positive. So next, number 6, try naman natin yung x squared less than negative 4. So kung kanina greater than, ito naman yung less than. Okay, so ito naman yung sinasabi ko, no solution. No solution kasi yung x squared is always positive. Since x squared is always positive. At kung palaging positive yan, imposibleng mag-less than sa negative yan, kahit anong negative. Okay?